guys, welcome back to a new vinyl video. Hope you're all well today. So I picked up a couple more records I want to talk to you about, and the last one I was waiting for actually came this morning, so I was really happy with that because I waited over a week for it to be delivered. Bit of a shame, but it got here eventually. So they're all different albums, different artists as usual, bit of a mixture. Some really good stuff. I'm really glad to have picked these up, and one in particular I did really well with. So first up is an album from Kid Rock. Now, I did say recently in I think it's my last vinyl video, that I was trying to get all of the most recent records from Kid Rock that's been released. So I've managed to get Rock and Roll Jesus, Rebel Soul, and his latest album, First Kiss. The only one that was missing from the collection was this little beauty right here, which is Born Free. So I'm really glad to have finally picked this up and added it to the collection. I do want to go back and get his older albums, Cocky, History of Rock, and like I can say American Badass, it's not, Devil Without a Cause. Unfortunately, those are original prints, they haven't been remastered. So the History of Rock is the cheapest at about £16. You can get, I think, remember rightly, Cocky was around about 30, but I've only seen one copy available for Devil Without a Cause in Japan, which is like 50, so that's going to have to wait. I will get there. But anyway, I got Born Free, really nice cover, lovely gatefold as well. So just open that up and show you that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, double album. Sounds really good. As I've said before, big fan of Kid Rock, love his music, and every album he's put out since Devil Without a Cause has been absolutely fantastic. And these last 4 albums, is it 4 albums? Rock and Roll Jesus, Born Free, yeah, Rebel Soul and First Kiss, are all absolutely sublime, and he just gets better every time he puts a new album out. I love the man, I think his music's awesome. In particular on this album, I mean, again, it's one of those albums where every song is brilliant, there isn't a bad song, but songs that stand out for me are like Born Free, Slow My Roll, Care's really good, I like that one. Purple Sky, When It Rains, God Bless Saturday. I mean, most of the tracks actually, it's hard to pick ones that I don't like. Collide with Sheryl Crow's a really good song, I do like that one a lot. And yeah, and for the first time in a long time, the last track on the album is really good. So Born Free is fantastic. If you like Kid Rock and you haven't got it, definitely want to pick up. And as always guys, there are links in the description below this video for all of the artists I'll show you today. So if you want to check them out, if you've never listened to them before, click on the links, see what you think, and if you enjoy it, you know, it might inspire you to go and check out their albums. So that's Kid Rock's Born Free. Next album I picked up was spur of the moment thing. I was watching Antoine Dirty Vinyl play, and he had this record on in the background of his latest video, and I didn't know what it was, and it sounded so good on his system. And at the end of the video he said who the artist was and what the album was called, so I went straight on eBay, grabbed a copy really cheap, won it on auction for just over £1, and it is Quincy Jones, The Dude. Really cool, nice artwork as well. Great album this one. It's sort of a mix, like a bit of soul, funk, bit of disco, a bit of everything really. It's a really great album. Razzmatazz was the song that was playing in the background, which was just awesome, and that's definitely my favourite track on this album. But overall, it's a really solid all-round album. I quite enjoyed this, and for just over £1, couldn't really say no to that. So yeah, so Antoine, if you're watching mate, nice one, great album. Right, so the next album, now this one was an interesting one. Basically what happened was, my good friend Luke over on the Luke's Tube channel, he said to me a while ago that Yellow Wolf, who's a rapper from Alabama, was bringing out a new album called Love Story. Now the vinyl's not actually out until the 9th of June next week, and at the time when he told me this, he was trying to say to me, like, you know, have you ever heard this artist? And I was like, yeah, I like Yellow Wolf, he's really cool, because I've said before that I'm not really into modern hip-hop. I find it kind of boring, and it's just way too commercial, doesn't do it for me at all. But Yellow Wolf is an artist I found a few years back when I was flicking the channels on TV one night, and I got onto BET, and 106 & Park was on, and they were interviewing Yellow Wolf, and I had no idea who the guy was, and they played his latest record at the time, which was Let's Roll with Kid Rock. So, you know, he's involved with Kid Rock. I was like, I'm going to like this. And I listened to the record and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great track. So I downloaded his album at the time called Radioactive. And I must admit, it was a fantastic album. I really enjoyed it. So when Luke said to me that Love Story is coming out, and I found out it was available on vinyl, I thought, well, I'll have a quick look just if Radioactive was ever released on vinyl. And it was. Unfortunately, it's not an easy album to get. The only ones I could find at the time are on Amazon UK and Amazon America. Yeah, and the prices are ridiculous. There's a guy in Japan who's selling a copy on UK Amazon. Here's the price. Okay, so as you can see, ridiculous. He started off at 560, I think it was, then he went up to 703, and now it's come down again. The guy's a lunatic. I don't know where he gets his price from. And then on American eBay, American Amazon, there was one copy listed at the time when I bought this for $300, $2.99. Now there are multiple copies for these prices. So yeah, the American version copies just as expensive and ridiculous as what the guy in Japan is asking for on UK Amazon. I don't understand it, and it really annoyed me because I really wanted this album on vinyl. I just wanted a physical copy anyway, but vinyl in particular. So I thought, well, I'm never going to buy this album. It's just not going to happen if that's the prices you're looking at. And when I checked eBay worldwide, there was no copies available. No one listed one. There was no sold ones, nothing. So I was like, oh, well, that's never going to happen. But I persevered, did a bit of Googling, and I came across a website called musicstack.com. Now, I had no idea what this site was, but it seemed to be like Discogs and all the other sites where they recommend sellers. And they had Radioactive listed with a load of CD listings, and right at the very bottom was one vinyl listing in Japan, and it was a company called Jet Set Records. Now, they had 2 copies available, £16 each, and it was £5 delivery. So £21 delivered compared to those crazy prices that Amazon users are selling it for was just insane. So I did a bit of Googling first of all, just to confirm that find some reviews to confirm Music Stack were legitimate and that Jet Set Records were legitimate. And the people I was seeing on forums were saying that Music Stack is a very reliable site. They've used it for years, and that the companies they recommend are usually very reliable. And on the Music Stack site, you can also see feedback from customers on the different sellers. So I checked out Jet Set Records, and they had really, really solid feedback. I think like 90-something%, really good. Everyone was really praising them. So I thought, you know what, you can pay with PayPal. It's £21. I can always get the money back if they scam me, so I'm going to take the risk, and I'm glad I did because I got the album. And here it is, Yellow Wolf's Radioactive. This album is fan-bloody-tastic. It's brilliant. Whether you like hip-hop or not, I'd recommend giving it a try. I'll put Let's Roll down there with Kid Rock. It's the most accessible tune. It's very radio-friendly, very great tune. Fantastic album. Really chuffed to have this because, as I say, looking at the prices that I was going to be paying, I didn't think I was going to get one. I was even looking last night for Luke to try and get him a copy because he's been after one. Unfortunately, the second copy that this seller that I got mine from, Jet Set Records, that was sold pretty quickly, so Luke wasn't able to get that. Unfortunately, Luke thought he'd already got it in his collection, but he hadn't, and by the time he realised that, the second copy had sold. So now we're on the hunt to try and find him another copy. So if anybody knows where you can get a copy of Radioactive on vinyl cheaply, please let me know, and I'll let Luke know, or just go to Luke's channel. It's Luke's Tube. I think I did it right a minute, and let him know because he wants that badly. But it's a gatefold as well. It's fantastic, and best of all, it's coloured vinyl, which is just awesome because I love my coloured vinyl. And it is radioactive, so you probably can work out the colour. But yeah, it's bright yellow, absolutely superb, really nice. Both records are yellow as well. So I'm really, really happy to have this in the collection because I'm a big fan of Yellow Wolves. As I say, not many modern artists in the hip hop genre really do it for me at all. I prefer the 1990s when I grew up in my teenage years. That's the kind, I'm into the West Coast rap, that's my thing. I've never been a fan of Southern rap like the Dirty South and all that, but this guy's awesome, and there's so many great tracks on this album. My favourite track, we'll just find it, where is it? Write Your Name, that's it, on side C. That is an amazing track, I love that. And Let's Roll with Kid Rock, as I say, brilliant. Getaway's really cool. Growing Up in the Gutter's really cool and really grimy, I like that track. Throw It Up with Eminem, I really like that track as well. Good Girl's a really cool song. Made in the USA is awesome. It's got someone called Priscilla Renee on there I've never heard of, but she sounds a lot like Rihanna, but it's a really, really great track. Just absolutely rock solid album all the way through. Definitely recommend giving it a listen, guys. If you've never listened to Yellow Wolf, check him out and see what you think. Check the link out down below. Check out Let's Roll, see what you think of that, and then just go from there and download the album. It's just awesome. It's fantastic. So yeah, Radioactive by Yellow Wolf. And the last record I picked up, which came today, is a 12-inch single. Now, I wasn't going to start buying singles. I didn't want to buy 7 inches and 12-inch singles because it's dangerous ground because they're cheap and you can end up buying tons of them and just get out of hand quickly. So I wanted to stick to albums, that's what I prefer. But I'm a big fan of this artist, so I've been looking at this for a while. I've got a search set up on my eBay for any vinyls of hers that come up, and this one comes up all the time, but it's always really, really expensive. The one came up last week in America and it was £60. So, you know, it's like $100, man. I was like, I'm not paying that for it. Not for a 12-inch single. And then I happened to find a copy on a UK seller on Discogs, and I got it for £6. So, very happy. And it is Britney Spears' Baby One More Time. So, really happy. The sleeve's a bit beaten up around the edges and stuff, but I paid £6 for it, and compared to what people on eBay are asking for this, you know, I ain't gonna complain. It's fantastic. So there you go. So it's basically a normal 12-inch. It's got the standard album version, and it's got a couple of remixes. It's got a Davidson Ospina Club Mix Plus, a Davidson Ospina Chronicles dub. Both of those are really good remixes. I do like those. And I'm not a big fan of remixes, but that's a good one. Those two are good. Side B's got a Sharp Platinum vocal mix and a Sharp Trade dub. Don't like either of those, are a bit boring. But Side A, the two Davidson club mixes, the club mix and the dub, and the album version sound absolutely fantastic. So really chuffed. I have read online in forums that this Baby One More Time, the album, was the only album released on vinyl. I don't know if that's actually true, because on the back of this, it only says the album's available on tape and CD. Now that could be a UK thing, and it could be that in America it was released on vinyl. If anyone watching this is a fan of Britney Spears, or just knows if Baby One More Time was released on vinyl, please let me know, because I want to confirm that, because I've not seen any copies available anywhere, which leads me to think it's either extremely difficult to find or it just doesn't exist at all. I was really hoping that at some point they would release all of her albums and remaster them on vinyl, because if they do, I'm just going to buy them all. I mean, I've got them all on CD anyway, but I'd love to have all the albums on vinyl. So yeah, I absolutely love Britney Spears. Awesome artist. Really chuffed to get this so cheaply as well. And it's still got the HMV sticker as well for $7.99, so bonus. But yeah, those are the albums and one 12-inch single that I picked up this time. Not a whole lot, but really good quality. I'm really happy with them. As I say, guys, there are links down below in the description of this video, so if you want to check out any of those artists, have a click down there, see what you think, have a listen. If you like what you hear, go and check out the albums, you know, and you might find something new and interesting. Yellow Wolf in particular is a fantastic album, by the way. Love that album. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, hope you've enjoyed this final video. Let me know down below what you think of any of these artists, if you already listen to them, and what you think of the albums, and any recommendations for music is always a good thing as well. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.